Hey guys, Duke here. Wanted to talk to you today all about the real-time arena. It's here in the developer's note if you're curious where to find it. And let's talk about a bit about the preview and just some of my impressions so far. First of all, there is going to be no ranking, no rewards. It's just for fun for now. Keep that in mind. Second thing is that it is limited to 30 requests for you to send per day. However, you can accept as many as you'd like per day. And also that this is all subject to change. You know, they're going to basically test this for 2 weeks, see how it goes before they really fully implement it. And as always, it's subject to change. So this is really exciting for me and for many people. It's been a long time coming. Let's go into some of the details here. So the way it's going to work is you can request either your friends or your guildies by clicking on the battle symbol here. For one of them who's online. Same thing for the guild mates, you click on the battle. You can also send a request via the user chat menu. So there's going to be one more option here, real-time battle, rather than simply the friend request, block, view more, visit. Okay, this is an interesting note. You cannot use the same monster in real-time arena. What they mean is that if your opponent selects Verd, the fire damp, then you can no longer select Verd. So it's actually really important, and you do get a benefit for getting to select first. You also need to have at least 10 different monsters simply to enter, to be able to enter. It's sort of like the world boss, you have to have a certain number of monsters just to be allowed in. That doesn't mean you're going to use 10 different monsters though. Let's go through the specifics here of the battle. So you accept the battle request, you're moved to the battle prep menu, and this is where you can either select or ban monsters, and select leader monsters as well. This is the way it's going to work. Notice that the first pick is decided at random. So it's going to pick one of you to go first, whoever that is player A, and chooses one monster. You got 30 seconds to pick one monster. That monster is no longer available for player B. If you both have that same monster, you can't use it. Now, player B is going to select 2 monsters within 30 seconds. Player A's turn again, selects 2 monsters given 30 seconds. Player B selects 2 more monsters in 30 seconds. Player A, 2 more monsters, 30 seconds. And finally, player B selects 1 monster given 30 seconds. Then there's going to be 30 seconds to ban a monster. Now, if you're not familiar with other games, to ban a monster typically means that that player is going to remove that monster from his or her team. So you can pick which monster to remove. Oftentimes it's going to be some monster that provides some sort of really clutch ability, whether it be AoE defense break or AoE attack bar increase or resurrection, something that you want to really avoid, some sort of cleanse or other types of abilities. So you want to really choose carefully who you ban from the other person's team, and then you also get to select a leader monster. I'm assuming that probably arena leads are going to work here. So for example, Vanessa, Trinity, Samantha, those will probably have their arena speed leads, although we'll have to see if that's the case here going forward. Interestingly enough, both players will not be able to know which monster has been banned. So what's going to happen is you select a total of, let's look at player A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monsters, then you have 1 banned. That means you have 4 monsters. And you don't know which one is going to be banned once the battle starts. Alright, so this is what happens when the battle starts. First of all, they do have a special rule, and every time you take a certain number of turns, so once you reach 30 turns, then the effect gradually increases every 10 turns afterwards. So what happens is attack power increases and max HP decreases. They don't want to have a draw, basically. So they're going to start pumping up the damage and reducing the health. Each turn, you got 15 seconds time limit, and the game will automatically go forward after 50 seconds. So you better take that turn. Have a good connection before you start this as well. If you reach 150 turns, it's a draw. Notice you have 1, 2, 3, 4 monsters on each team here, and that is consistent with what we just talked about. You choose 5 monsters, one of them gets banned. And that's all I have here, but I'd like to give some of my own insight as well on the types of monsters you likely want to pick. So there are a lot of what are called like Wombo combo teams, Devolution, Tiana, Galleon, Zyros, these types of teams that require good team synergy in order to really work. I'm not sure how well that kind of team is going to work in this format, in which Number one, you can have a monster banned. So let's say you're trying to do Tiana Zyros. Well, if they get rid of Tiana, then and they have all will runes, what's your Zyros going to do? You can't reset anything. You'll do some damage, but it's not going to be able to get through the will runes. So the ban is going to hurt you in that situation. Another thing that'll hurt you is the fact that you can't actually choose the same monsters. Notice that there's, for example, Annabelle here, there's no Annabelle on the other team. And Alicia here, there's no Alicia here. So they all have to be different monsters. That means that, you know, things such as, you know, Doublelution, etc., it's not really going to be viable, because what if they choose, I don't know, Zyros? Then you're not going to be able to choose Zyros. So what that means is you're likely going to see more of the bruiser type monsters, the monsters that have survivability, but can also dish out some damage. So we're talking like Beast Monks and Camilla, Perna, you know, people like that, Theo to a lesser extent, etc. So that's one thing that you'll likely see. Also, will runes, it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how effective will runes are. You know, that first turn is still going to matter, but with more bruiser comps, then sustain might become more important. We'll have to see. These are all just predictions going forward. It's possible that wombo combo type, you know, teams might work. But I'm definitely curious to see how the meta is going to shift here when Real-Time Arena comes out. So I hope you found this useful. I'm definitely excited. I hope you are as well. If you liked it, then please like and subscribe to keep them coming. Thanks, everyone.